Solo 401k is an individual 401k that is designated for a business owner, has no employee, and is himself the only member of the LLC. If you receive 1099, chances are you may not know it. You may qualify for a solo 401k. This include people who may be driving Uber, people who are delivering Instacarts. As long as you have a business that is giving you a somewhat consistent repeat income, to open this, you would typically contact a policymaker, a person who is a retirement account expert who can help you evaluate your qualification if the activities that you do qualify you to be a solo 401k account owner. And that person typically set up your policies and legal entities for that. Usually it's a trust. Unlike self-directed IRA, you are the custodians of your fund. So that means you're in charge typically to manage the fund yourself. Now, with great power, it comes with great responsibility. So this is really important. You do not commingle your funds, and you have to create a separate bank account for your solo 401k account, and making sure the money kind of goes in out has a very clear paper trails. This will allow you to avoid pitfalls investing with retirement fund by having to all of a sudden accidentally violating the rule and having to pay the penalties. So therefore, remember, don't ever mingle your personal account and personal funds, even credit card, with anything that is inside of this particular account. There's typically an annual fee that comes with the solo 401k, but sometimes it's no more than the IRA annual fee that you're kind of looking at as well. Also, lastly, sometimes during the year, if your retirement account has more than 250k balance in there, you may have to file 5500SF tax form, so additional tax form. Now, because you are your own custodian, that you're responsible to make sure that you file the proper documents. Again, like anything that we give over here, this is getting into a very complicated subject matter in the terms of tax as well as retirement funds. So we highly suggest you to consult with your tax advisor and the retirement account expertise to see if you qualify for these. Let's take a look at the benefit of a solo 401k is that it has a much bigger contribution limit, which allows you to contribute up to $58,000 a year if you're making money from that business and to put it away in solo 401k. So that itself can be attractive for some people. And two is the UDFI currently still doesn't apply to this type of vehicle. You can perhaps save a lot of more taxes when you're investing in things that is using leverage to derive profit. And third is that you have your own checkbook control truly, and therefore you can maneuver funds a lot more conveniently. Project can be funded quickly as part of that byproduct because now you're the custodian of the fund. It's simply writing a check in behalf of the trust coming out from the trust account into the investment. And potentially it's much cheaper than self-directed IRA. Aside from the annual fee, there's very little other costs you should be expecting. So for each transaction, because you're making them, so you're not paying a fee to your custodian to do that. Now, the con, of course, if you don't have custodian, other professionals to help you with this, then you're up to your own devices. So you really have to make sure that you're following the rules. Again, retirement fund expert who open an account for you could be a good source for you to get legal advice too. Also making sure you're consulting your CPA. Another downside of this kind of goes with the responsibility as well, is that you are now having to make sure that your tax is up to date. You're filing the proper tax form is the ones that we kind of talked about before. If your account holds certain number of funds in there, such as 250k or more. Last one really is going to be the showstopper for some people is that not everybody qualifies for this account. Only people who has their own business as a self-employed person can then having this option to have a solo 401k. That's it for today's video. Check out our website for more in-depth content about these topics. And also our interview was retirement plan expert John Park on this topic. We have a whole video on this. Check that out in our channel. If you like what we do, if you like this video, please like us. subscribe to our channel, and share this with your friends and family.